Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this teeny tiny handmade chocolate gift. I seem to have a bit of a thing at the moment where I'll use one sort of chocolate and then use it for several videos. I'm going back to these lovely little Ritter Sports that I used for Tuesday's video where I made the no glue folding pouch. This one does have glue and lots of it. But as you can see, it's, in fact, I'll bring you this one in, it literally is just, I've made one similar but more of a box shape, but this one's just a thin one that fits this little chocolate inside. This is my centimetres one, as you know, I always make, if it's slightly more to fit a certain project, then I will make one up in centimetres. If it's a bog standard box, which I have one coming up next week, then I don't generally make one of those up because, like I said, it's basic. It's a basic box, so I don't need to worry too much about specifics. But this centimetre one, I don't want to undo this bow because I've actually used the last of my crinkle seam binding ribbon, and I managed to cut the last piece that I had into 2 strips. That's all I've got to use to tie up, and it took me ages, so I'm not going to undo it. But hopefully you can see inside how the chocolate fits. It's fairly snug. The centimetre one is just a little bit more snug, if that's even proper English. Probably isn't. But yeah, I mean, it fits in and fits out perfectly. You just have to tuck the edges of the wrapper in a bit more with this one when you pop it in. But other than that, it's exactly the same. In fact, again, with some of my projects, I do find that the centimetre ones I actually prefer because they fit better. So I might actually just convert to centimetres and not bother with inches. But yeah, so it's dead simple. I've gone with Sailing Home. And the smooth sailing dies, again just something a little bit different. I do know that these are being carried over into the new catalogue, so I thought I'd use them. And this is the In Good Taste DSP as well with those textures. So this is the one I'm using today, and it's the wood grain. And yeah, would you believe this DSP is being carried over? I'm really grateful about that because I actually had a full pack of it, and I thought, oh crumbs, I'm gonna have to get rid of a whole pack, but thankfully no, it's being carried over, so let's get making some projects was my idea. Right then, let's get making this project up then. So to start with, you need a piece of DSP that is 6 by 7.5 or 15 by 19 centimetres, and we're going to score the short side at 2 and 4, excuse me. I've got hay fever starting already, can you believe? So I'm a little bit nasally, a little bit of a cough, but it is just hay fever. So yeah, scoring the short side at 2 and 4 or 5 and 10 centimetres. Then on the long side, we're going to score at 1.5, 3.5, 4 and 6. And in centimetres, that will be 4, 9, 10 and 15 centimetres. As always, those measurements will be on my blog. So we're going to fold and burnish these score lines that I actually can't even see on this paper. I'm only folding these 2 in the centre here, and then these 2 longer ones here. The 2 score lines that we made further up here and here are actually just for a guide. So then I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut past the first score line and down to the second, which is really hard with this paper because I can hardly see it. But then we're just going to cut off by that first score line. Okay, so we've got that. So we're going to do that on all 4 corners. So down past the first score line to the second, but then just cut off at the score line that we marked, and then rotate and go again. Go down there, and then we're just going to get rid of that, and this one down to there, and then get rid. So that's that bit done. Then I'm going to tuck those two under there, and I'm bringing in my scalloped tag topper punch. Now sadly this is retiring, which is a shame because I love it and I use it quite a lot. However, the delightful tag topper or the fancy tag topper are staying. So if you've got any of those, you'd be looking to hold on to them. I have since purchased both of those gorgeous punches and I'm waiting for them to be delivered. Hopefully, what day are we today? I'm on Wednesday, so I'm hoping that they will come on Friday. So that will be good. So yeah, so I've just punched both of the long centre pieces there, both ends. Then we just need some adhesive. So all we're going to do here is fold these two pieces up and adhere them together just to create that little box shape there. So it doesn't really matter which sides you adhere. I'm just going to, oops, add some, oh my goodness, come on now. I'm actually filming this in the afternoon. I've actually been at work all morning, so I'm probably feeling a little bit weary. I was up at 4 AM and it's now nearly 3:30 in the afternoon, so I've nearly been up 12 hours, which I'm sure for some of you guys is probably quite normal, but for me, I'm just tired, sleepy tired now. But, you know, dedication to crafting and stamping, and I wanted to get these done, so yeah. Right, once you've created your little box there that sits in the centre, as I say, your chocolate will fit in just nicely in there. And then you're just going to add some adhesive on the sides here. Now you can add more than that. I'm just doing this really just because I wanted to just show you. Pop that one up there, that one up there, and there is your little handmade chocolate gift. Now comes the interesting part. So I have my ribbon and I need to feed it through here. Obviously I would suggest that you use more ribbon than what I'm using here, because yeah, I'm just scrimping and saving. Again, my new roll of white seam binding is in the order coming on Friday, so it's just using scraps as much as I can before the new catalogue comes live, which I'm really excited about. So next week I will be bringing you some exciting new projects with lovely new products that I have in my possession already. As I say, I am really excited about it. So hopefully you will tune in and be my loyal viewers. I'm not even going to mess with that. It's not ideal, but you know, if I mess with it, it's just going to not work, isn't it? Right, so a little bit of Night of Navy here. I'm using my Night of Navy stamp pad too. Sailing Home. As I say, this one's staying around for a while, so I thought I'd use, and I haven't used it for a long time. I do find when I have, when I go through my retiring items and I'm left with a very sparse shelf of stamps, then I start to look at what's being carried over and what I have left. And it's amazing how you suddenly think to yourself, oh, I'd forgotten I'd got that, or I really haven't used that for a long time, better get it out. So yeah, and this was one of them that I thought, you know what, I actually do really like the images in this, and I really don't use them enough, so that was it. That was what made me decide. I also found it amusing that my card for tomorrow is using the stamp set that goes with this DSP. So yeah, I've used quite a lot of, as I say, retiring things, sorry, non-retiring things that I haven't used for a long time. But I think that's good. I think that's good. It sort of, as I say, makes you dust them off and get them out. So Smooth Sailing Dies coordinate very nicely. And I'm going to use, I did originally want to go with this one. My plan was to use this sentiment here, which is there, and that, I thought that would be really nice, but to be honest, once I put the, I mean obviously there's a very fine border here, but I thought once I put it on it's just too big. I think it just looked too big, so yeah, so I went with an anchor in the end, this lovely little anchor here, and this one. And I have to say as well, a lot of you lovely subscribers made comment on my nails stroke manicure. I have to let you into a little secret, they're not my own. They were £5 and they're stick-on. And if you look really closely, this one's quite a poor attempt. Yeah, they are literally just stick-on ones, but don't they just look amazing? Yeah, I was really pleased with them. £5, that's all they cost me. And to be honest, I actually took them off last night for work because they're just not practical for me, and stuck them back on so that I could do these videos. But yeah, so I was really pleased. So yeah, thank you so much for your lovely comments. I'm just ashamed to say they're not my own nails. I wish they were. I've been a nail biter since I was 4, and I just, before all of this crazy nonsense happened last year, I actually had got them to a stage, and you probably would have noticed from my videos, but I actually got to a stage where I was able to have the gel polish on them, so it made them a little bit stronger, and I was really proud of them. I was like, these are my own nails and I've actually grown them. And then obviously everything closed and nothing was open for a long time, and sadly my nails got neglected. And then for some reason the last couple of weeks I've had a really bad spell of biting them. I don't know what it is. I'm not that I'm aware of being stressed or, you know, have any sort of issues. So I really don't know, but as I say, I've done it since I was 4 and I'm now 45, so I think that's going to be a hard habit to break anytime soon. So I've done my die cutting. So all I need to do now is just stick these on. So I used glue dots for my little anchor because they are just tiny, so just one at the base here, and then I'm just going to put another one at that cross point there, and then just pop that on at an angle. And then my little sentiment here, I'm using some mini dimensionals, which I'm just going to pop on either side there. And then I wasn't sure this would work when I did it, but I'm quite glad it did, that I just tucked that end under the anchor. I just thought it kind of makes it a bit more not just something in the background. And there we go. Those are my handmade chocolate treats. Thank you for joining me, and don't forget to come and join me next week when I have lots of new goodies to show you. Speak to you soon. Bye.